Well, Manchester City just went out and bought another player for them to compete for the Champions League yet again next season, which I'm not too sure if Erling Haaland will be the final factor for them to win their first Champions League title. But that being said, this definitely, as a Chelsea fan, terrifies me for the league itself because, as we know, Erling Haaland is a clinical finisher, very lethal inside the box, and as we see Manchester City time and time again, they just dominate the league itself. So having a player like this is going to make it even more difficult for Chelsea to even compete for the league itself. Now, I want to talk about why Manchester City went out and bought this player, not just for the league itself, but obviously for the Champions League, because they keep struggling and can't finish it out and win the title itself. Now, why Erling Haaland could be the missing factor for them. There's multiple reasons why. Now, I do want to talk about that, but I also want to compare him and why they didn't get Harry Kane and why Erling Haaland will be better than Harry Kane, which wait till the end because I think you'll want to hear that. So the reason why they went out and bought a player like Erling Haaland is because they need a clinical finisher to finish games out, not just in the Champions League, but obviously in the league itself. Now, the reason why this has been a huge issue is because, as we've seen time and time again, Manchester City sometimes cannot finish games out, that they have to play their players for a full 90. Now, in the beginning of the season, that's not a huge issue, but when it comes to the end of the season, legs start getting tired. You have to start rotating and switching players out, which is what we saw against Real Madrid. Kevin De Bruyne came off with about 10-15 minutes, and as we know, what happened? Real Madrid came back and won that game. Now, if you have a guy like Erling Haaland who can score goals in the league itself throughout the entire season, Pep Guardiola is going to be able to sub these players out through the entire season and therefore keep them fresh, rested, and play full 90 minutes in the Champions League. And therefore, he doesn't have to worry about resting players to compete in the league itself. Now, that being said, maybe Pep Guardiola still makes that substitution just to protect Kevin De Bruyne to not pick up an injury. But still, this gives him the option to make that selection because, as we've heard from Kevin De Bruyne, that first match against Real Madrid, he was completely fatigued, couldn't even do a post-match interview because he was so tired and just drained that he needed his rest. And I think the entire season is just taking a huge effect on him. And I'm pretty sure all the other players are feeling the effects too. I think Ruben Diaz being another player, now not saying he would come off itself, but again, there's more players probably are feeling the effects than we actually realize. And therefore, like I said, I think Haaland can help in that factor itself because, like I said, if Manchester City can go out and beat Burnley, beat Southampton, other teams say 6-0 or 6-1, 5-0, something along those lines, Pep Guardiola is going to be able to bring on some younger players and play those players and again get some minutes under their feet, but also rest his key players for the Champions League. And this is going to be a huge factor. Now, why I say is because, as we've seen with Erling Haaland, he is completely lethal inside the 18. Now, I know the way he plays at Dortmund is slightly different because usually he's running onto the ball, almost kind of a counterattack, and really Manchester City play with a 4-3-3, but still he's going to be able to slot in that number 9 position fairly easy. And the reason why I think he's going to be a huge factor and an upgrade to Gabriel Jesus, which again, I don't want to take anything away from him because he's also a great player, is the fact he's able to create these almost gaps or spaces inside the box itself. He's able to make these quick runs, get off the defender's shoulder, and all he needs is 1 or 2 touches to get a shot on the goal and usually find the back of the net, which again is what they've been missing. Now, with Manchester City, they do ping the ball around a lot throughout their wingers with Sterling, Mahrez, Foden, Silva, just to name a few players that they all have. But then they typically drop it back to Cancelo, Walker, Kevin De Bruyne, who usually plays an in-swinger to almost catch the defenders off a little bit. And I think Erling Haaland is going to be able to make those runs and have so many opportunities to score goals. Now, right now, again, like I said, he's typically scoring about 30% of the time he takes a shot on target, which with Manchester City, he's definitely going to have a lot more than 3 shots per game. So it might be bold of me to say right now, but he may score a goal in each and every game that he plays for Manchester City, which right now seems like a bold prediction. But this player has such a massive ceiling that he could be on track for like Messi's numbers, Cristiano Ronaldo, which again is very high hopes of me is saying right now, but like we've seen him play at Dortmund, he's definitely just scoring when he wants to, and I think Pep Guardiola is going to be that key factor to unlock him to get to that next level, which again, as a Chelsea fan, is going to be very, very scary. Now, the reason why I think he is the better option than Harry Kane, like I said, Harry Kane, we heard all the things that were going to happen with him last season. We thought for sure he was leaving Tottenham, but lo and behold, he's still at Tottenham. I thought maybe this summer he would leave to Manchester City, but that is not going to happen anymore because Haaland's going there. And I think there's a few factors why. Now, they both have a track record of getting injured for the most part. Erling Haaland, though, being 21, has a huge chance to keep going with the pace that he's going at, whereas Harry Kane is starting to get a little bit older. Some of those injuries might start adding up, and that could be a big factor in why they want to buy this player. On top of that, Daniel Levy does not want to sell Harry Kane, and they would have had to splash so much cash to bring Harry Kane in. Now, the thing with Harry Kane, though, is that we know he's really well in the Premier League. Erling Haaland, we do not know how well he will do right now, so they are taking a little bit of a gamble for that. But like I said, the way Manchester City play, even if Haaland has a terrible first season, they have so many other players on the pitch that can score goals. They're just going to help elevate this team and help boost his confidence as well. So again, even if he doesn't score in the first couple games, he will get opportunities to get the chance to score goals. And once he finds his rhythm in the Premier League, I don't think he's going to look back, and he's just going to keep scoring goals after goals after goals. And therefore, like I said, this is going to be very difficult for not Chelsea, but also Liverpool to keep up with Manchester City. And like I said, their main focus is going to be Champions League next season. Yes, they obviously want to win the league. They want to win FA Cup. They want to win any title that they can win throughout the season. But their main focus has to be the Champions League next season because the amount of money they spend on the last couple of seasons to not lift that trophy yet has got to be just haunting all these players. It's got to be haunting Pep Guardiola, and it's got to be pissing off the owners at Manchester City because obviously they want to win the most prestigious title that there is out to win there. And again, this is going to be one thing that they need to add to their cabinets, and I think Erling Haaland can be that player for them. Like I said, there's a lot of key factors that still have to go into all the signings this summer because they may be selling some players, but I know for sure Manchester City are obviously going to be bringing in more players than just Haaland this summer, which again, they love just splashing cash each and every summer. So I'm kind of curious to see who else they bring in and just keep this team just so much better than all the other teams. And it, again, is frustrating as a Chelsea fan, but again, at the same time, it's fun to play against them because I know Chelsea can compete with them. I know Liverpool can compete with them. And Tottenham apparently can compete with them too since they did the double over them this season. So again, it all depends on how the next season goes. But the main focus for Manchester City will be the Champions League title. So we'll see what happens. So that is all I have for you today. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. And also comment down below what you guys think with Erling Haaland going to Manchester City. Why this will be a good fit for him. Why this is a bad fit for him. And what do you think that they picked him over Harry Kane? I want to know what you guys think. So that is it. And I will see you next time.